Hi, my name's Dominic Lane, and I'm here to speak to you about the online lessons we're doing at MAPAS. One of the biggest challenges, I think, not just music services, but I think any of us faced in our lives, but definitely the music services is probably the biggest challenge we could have imagined facing in terms of not being able to deliver lessons in the way that we are so used to delivering. But it's been an eye opener, and it's much more positive than I think any of us could have imagined. Um, one of the things you've been given now, and it's kind of the silver lining of all this, is we've been given the gift of time, and it's your chance to use that as creatively as you see fit. And if you wanted to learn a new instrument and you're looking at a considerable amount of time off school if you're younger, or work if you're a bit older, why not use it for something creative? Personally, I've been doing things like building guitars and decorating the house and things like that, but I've also been using it to further my guitar playing. I practice as much as I possibly can. I've been songwriting every single day, which is something I never normally manage to find the time to do every day, or every week, if I'm honest. Life is hectic. So we've been given this gift of time, and if you want to learn something new, now is a fantastic opportunity. And as well, if you've already been learning an instrument, whether that's on your own, or maybe you've been learning in school, or in any kind of capacity, a lot of our skills on any instrument are muscle memory based. And what that means is, your hands get used to doing a certain pattern or certain things, and you don't have to think about it so much. And once you get that muscle memory, yeah, it's hard to lose, but if you take too long off it, you will find yourself slipping. So don't let that happen. Do try and make sure you're still picking that instrument up. Even if you don't take on the online lessons, do make sure you're keeping that muscle memory going. But obviously I'm here to tell you the pros of the online lessons. So the first thing is, we generally, I think everyone's decided on Zoom as the platform for these online lessons. Now, I do know there's a couple of tutors who are using Google Classroom, and I know of at least one that's using Skype. And obviously they're all really similar in terms of their purpose. I personally prefer Zoom because it's got things like the screen share function. So when I've got a piece of music in front of me, and obviously I can't physically hand music out anymore, what I can do is share that on my screen, so that from my device that I'm using, from my laptop or my tablet or my phone or whatever I'm using for lessons that day, I can share the screen and they can see the music. And then obviously after the lesson, you'll send it in an email to the parents or whatever. But it's great to know that we can be looking at exactly the same, not just piece of music, but we can zoom in on a bar of music and we can highlight that music. So we can really be specific about what we're talking about, which is something that I thought maybe these online lessons wouldn't be as good at. You can't physically point to here on the music, but actually they've been really good, and they've been really surprisingly good, actually. So yeah, they're working out great for me and my students. It's all been positive reactions. There's a couple of bits of advice that I'd give if you are going to take up these online lessons. The first one is, make sure you've not got a window behind you, because all you get is a silhouette on the screen and we can't work out exactly what you're doing. So make sure, just like I'm sat in this video, I've got light coming in. I could switch the big light on if it wasn't the daytime as well. But you can see everything clearly, and if I was playing, you'd be able to see my fingers. And that's another thing as well. It's not so important we see your face, because unless you're playing a woodwind instrument or something that does involve your mouth. For a guitar lesson, for example, I want to see the guitar and I want to see your left or right hand if you're left-handed. I want to see those fingers moving and your right hand playing. I don't necessarily need to see your face. No offence. But there's, you know, there's a purpose behind that. And the other thing is background noise. Don't have music playing in the background. Try and go into a quiet room if possible, and, you know, just have no background noise in the room so that myself or one of the other tutors can hear as clearly as possible exactly what you're playing, and like I say, we can also see what you're doing as well, and then we'll be able to give you the best possible tuition and advice as well. So I hope this video has been helpful to anyone who was on the fence about it. It's a tricky time and it is different, but it's not going to be forever. So hopefully I'll see you in an online lesson soon. Stay safe.